You know what we defensive gunners are notorious for is going out and looking for some training when training is all around us. What we have a tendency to do is we go out and shoot at a range, and we shoot on a flat range. Nice comfortable place where you got nice flat footing. You're not likely to trip over anything. Nothing inherent to shoot around unless you create something. We don't take advantage of the training that's all around us just out in the open. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you an example of how I come out, and anybody can do this. Now, always keep in mind with these videos, you set your pace. You determine what you're able to do. You determine your own capacity. You determine your own ability. You determine where you can do it. You determine the legality of it. Today, I'm in the great gun-friendly state of Arkansas, but all over the state of Arkansas, there are cities with asinine leaders, just like the ones in our city here, where we can wear guns, we can carry guns all over the place, all over the city. We can carry guns down the street, into stores, into businesses, everywhere, all around the city. But our city leaders have decided that if you're a concealed carrier and you have a gun and you are completely sane and safe everywhere else, once you step foot into a park, there's something wrong with you. You're gonna kill somebody, you're gonna hurt somebody. That's the attitude of our city leaders, because when you drive into our parks, all of them say, no firearms allowed. And that doesn't mean unless you have a license. It means no firearms means no firearms. So, outside the sad reasoning of that, what we can do though, where I am right now, it looks like I'm out in the woods here. I'll show you, I'll pick up the camera here and show you the terrain here in just a second. But to get here, I used to be able to legally get in here from a street, from a couple of streets and some backwoods areas over here. Now the only way to get in here is through a city park. So I can't take a gun into the park. So how can I come up here and train with a gun? Well, I can't actually train with one of my actual firearms, but anybody can come up with something just like this right here. Now, what's really good about that is if anybody wanders up one of these public trails here, they're not likely to mistake that for an actual firearm. So hopefully that'd be okay. But this is legal for me to carry up here. I've got it in a tight holster up next to my body. And what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be running through the woods here, and I'll be drawing a few times, but I'll be getting the gun through, moving behind obstacles, down, up, back down, behind, and I'll be moving through these. I don't have a camera person out here. I'm sitting in front of a DSLR camera right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on a GoPro to let you see where I'm going and see it from a point of view perspective, to see what it looks like. I'll pick the camera up here and show you what the ground is like and what it looks like. It looks like I'm out in the middle of the wilderness somewhere, when in fact there's a park about 200 yards from here. So this is where I came to train today. To do that, to do it legally, I'm gonna be using this right here. To get a perspective on carrying this gun in a real tight holster or a conceal or in a inside the waistband holster, you want to do these kind of drills with what you carry, because the reality is you may be in a parking lot. If somebody ever attacks you, you may have to use your gun, or you may be out in the woods someplace like this right here, or somewhere where the ground is not even, where there's nobody around, or whether there's obstacles in your way. And training for this type thing, if you can do it out someplace where you can actually use your firearm and carry your actual gun, I wouldn't recommend doing it a whole lot with actually firing your gun. First of all, you got to make sure it's legal. Secondly, this is for training. This is to learn to do things with something safe, either an unloaded gun with a dead trigger or a training gun, to come out and practice this stuff before you actually go out and take it to live fire. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to show you, I'm doing this so I can show you what it looks like from a point of view. I'll have the GoPro on from the point of view and in this terrain that I'm in right now. A great way to do your pistol drills. I want to tell you something else. It's about to be great exercise. It's a good way to stay in shape. It's a good way to put yourself under some physical stress, all while handling your gun in what could be a life or death situation if you're out in an area like this and we're actually accosted. So let me show you the ground I'm going to be moving on. I'll get the GoPro on and we'll get this started. Hopefully I can stay in focus here. You can kind of see what's around me here. See the areas up here, this rough hills and stuff. Up there, there's real tall grass. These trees right over in here, So it's just real heavily wooded area and a hill with a trail up there that's got head-high grass, and there's more trees and another hill on up there, but I'll be mostly staying in this right here just to give you an idea of what this is like. So let me get the GoPro on. We'll get going. Remember to keep your other hand away from your gun hand unless absolutely necessary. And keep in mind, anytime like this, you might be out in some odd situation. You might have to drop and draw. You may not have your gun in your hand. You may need your hands, which I do here. Hopefully that poison ivy's not too determined. And you may have to slide. Area all cleared. You'd actually think that that's kind of fun, but it's really not. I enjoy the effects of it. I enjoy the fact that I'm seriously training with my gun, seriously training in handling my gun, training in taking some physical repercussion from the environment around me and still getting the gun up, getting the gun out of my holster. That last one where you saw me drop and roll, I actually was holstered in. I hit it, dropped, slid, and rolled, and came out of the holster with the gun. Training to do those type things is all around you, no matter who you are, no matter wherever you are. I know that there are some of you who live in states where the gun laws are just odiously prohibitive, and it's difficult to do anything with an actual firearm. But you can take a training gun like this and you can do all kinds of training legally in your area without ever firing a shot, but still learning to handle that handgun. Don't hesitate to squeeze on a non-trigger. You still get the effect of using that firearm. Taking this like this, uneven terrain, practice on dropping down, getting up, dropping on your side, rolling. Remember, your capacity is what you use. Figure out what you can do without getting injured. Figure out what you can do to maximize your training and to give yourself some training off of that flat range that we all work out on all the time. It's so comfortable. Use your imagination. Don't get stuck here in these videos. Use your imagination to branch out to do what you can do with the ideas you get here. I'm Mark, and I'll see you again in the next sustainable pistol training video. I'm gonna go get a drink of water. See you later.